Once upon a time, I heard that I was ugly. So this episode is called Being Fat Saved My Life, or it's called Being Fat Made Me Humble. I should probably say a disclaimer. Obviously, it has to do with body image and you guys might feel sensitive. So I had a glow up the past 4 years. I was a late bloomer. It wasn't as desirable. My confidence wasn't there. I truly didn't believe I was pretty. I started noticing that I had become more attractive when I was losing weight. I just felt like I was just the fun fat one. I guess that helped me get a personality because I would only focus on having good times, only having good eats. It was more I just not that attractive as the average girl. I wasn't okay with it. Nobody's okay with it. I wanted to be better, but I didn't know how. And I also have PCOS, so it made it harder to lose weight. Heartbreak makes you skinny, makes you hot after you get a heartbreak. So basically, I had found my long-term boyfriend of 4 years. And I was pretty chubby at the time, but I guess face card never declined. So I loved his looks, but I'm not gonna lie, he was very subjectively very attractive. A lot of my friends thought he was cute. He was a very subjectively attractive guy. I personally didn't love this because I'm a very possessive person, especially back in the day. I was so hated that he was so good looking, and I felt next to him he was a solid 9 and I was a 7. I want to be the prize next to him. But when I was chubbier, I realized a lot of guys wouldn't really look my way. They would like me after they sat down and started talking to me and started noticing my face card, and then they would start to like me. But objectively, I was called fat a lot, and I was just really sensitive. I just was very convinced that I wasn't that pretty. Obviously, we broke up. That's when I decided I wanted to lose weight, become a better version of myself. I started getting more pretty privileged a little later. I had people who loved me for my heart, and now I have people who love me for my physical, and I don't know how to differentiate just from the two. Back in the day, I wouldn't really get pretty privileged. Trauma makes you funny. The more shit you've been through in your life, the more funny you become, because you kind of learn how to cope. And one of the coping mechanisms is laughing, is making a joke out of your unfortunate events. A lot of people will tell me I'm really funny, and I'm like, haha, it's trauma. That's real. They say the most funniest comedians have had their hardest lives. And I really see why that's happened. The more you've been bullied, for example, bro, I was literally called Big Hero 6, fried chicken monster. I'm sorry, now that I look back at it, I don't even eat fried chicken to be called fried chicken monster like that, bro. I just got PCOS. I'm 50 pounds down, my skin is clear. Nobody talks about this, but no matter how much you lose weight and get prettier, you just never feel good enough. That is so real. I'm still nurturing that fat girl inside, but that's truly who I am. I love her. It took me a while to love her. Let's talk about the resolution to nurturing yourself and being kind to yourself and changing, not because you want to be better looking, but because you want better for yourself overall. And getting physically equipped is so essential. Also fixing your spirituality and also fixing your outer looks. You can get so physically fit but still be unattractive. But if you're physically fit with a great aura, you're up by 5 points. If you got a good aura, you're top tier. Aura will really make you attractive. So don't worry too much about the physical aspect, but more fix your emotional problems, and the physical stuff will come later. You'll start attracting better later. I feel people worry too much about fixing outer look versus fixing themselves mentally, spiritually, and emotionally. Try to heal those first. Along the way, that's gonna go hand in hand with your physical. I feel it's harder to find love when you're more attractive because you can find a lot of shallow connections versus actual emotional connections. It was bigger. It was easier to just weed out the non-potentials, basically. So that is something that I've noticed. I feel the more attractive I've gotten, it's my standards have gotten much higher. Not just because I'm physically more attractive, it's just more and I'm not saying I'm the hottest person in the world. Don't come at me and be oh my god, Yasmin thinks she's so hot. No, I'm more confident in myself. I'm just I just know that I'm way, like, I know I've gone up few points ever since from a few years ago. Like, I lost 50 pounds. I'm not saying I'm hot, but I definitely think that I'm like much like more physically attractive because I've worked on myself physically and mentally and emotionally, you know? Like, my spirit is more attractive. Like, when I say more attractive, I'm not just talking physical. I'm talking like I did a lot of work mentally, physically, spiritually, all that stuff I've put work into. So when I say attractive, I mean like, as a person, as a whole person. I'm a Leo, of course I'm conceited. Yeah, like, I mean, like, you should like that though. You should like confidence. Like, now I feel like I'm confident, but I have like my insecure moments, but that's everybody. But yeah, it did force me to be humble. I do have like a better personality because I was fat. Like, a lot of people can argue that they're content being unhealthy. Like, I don't believe that. They're being unhealthy, not because like they're physically unattractive. You can just already pick up on the habits just by looking at them. This is a sensitive topic overall. Like, this is like, I'm trying to like be as sensitive as I can, but I feel like it's necessary to like point it out. Being physically equipped is an indicator of how well your emotional, spiritual self is doing. Like, that is like a telltale sign of like what kind of person you're dealing with. I'm not gonna lie, I'm like the loneliest I've ever been in my life, but at the same time, I'm not lonely because I have myself. I nurture myself like how I would if I had a child. It's really important to channel your inner child. Like, let's do an exercise that I've done that's been so helpful to me. I'm gonna have you close your eyes and remember yourself as a child. Okay, think of that name that you used to be called, that little nickname that like probably shortens up your real name. Let's call your inner child by that name. When you're saying things to yourself like, oh, I'm so fat, oh, I'm not cute, would you tell a child that? Like, would you tell a child, hey, you're not pretty enough, you're not good enough? So just know, every time you're saying this to yourself, every time you're putting yourself in a bad situation where you're being disrespected, you're neglecting your inner child. You're neglecting yourself, and you're putting your child through an abusive situation because you are unhealed. And that's really the root of the problem. So how are we gonna fix this? Daily affirmations to your inner child. My inner child, her name is Nina. That's what my mom used to call me. I was always Nina. Before, I used to say Nina's so ugly, Nina's so fat, like Nina is never gonna get what she wants because she is weak. But now I treat Nina like she's a warrior. Like, Nina, like, she is gonna get places. I'm embedding her like how I'm embedding like an Olympic champion. Like, that is my child. I'm imagining Nina as my child, and how would I treat her? And now I treat her so good, and she's forgiven me for everything that I've said to her. She's still broken, but she's so much more better than what she was. And like, when I think about this, like, it just makes me like tear up because like I love her so much. Like, I love like my child, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I would never ever do like something to hurt my child like that, you know? So why would I do it to myself? And I just want you guys to also like think of it that way and do that exercise and tell your inner child how beautiful she is and how strong she is, how you would never put her in harm's way because you love her so much. I hope you guys really take this in and like try this exercise, and I'm telling you, your self-love starts here. It starts by nurturing your inner child today. If you've been bad to her, it's never too late. You can fix this. And I hope you guys like take this advice. Like, I feel like I tried to articulate this as best as I could. So because of Nina being better, she has treated me like so good, and like now I feel like she loves me and I feel the love, and like now I feel like all I need is me and her. All I need is Nina, and that's myself. Because like at the end of the day, who am I going down in the grave with? Nina, right? I want you guys to do the same thing and have that same outlook. Heal yourself, guys, and treat yourself like how you would to your child. And would you treat your child the way you're treating yourself? That's a reflection of how you would treat your child. You know, happy Wednesday. I hope this did something for you. I hope you guys are not taking it too sensitively. I know it brushed up on like some sensitive topics, but you know, like, don't take it too sensitively. I love you guys so much. I'll see you next Wednesday. Being consistent with this, and I want to be here for you guys. We'll talk next week. Bye. See you guys.